Morning at Breaking tonight here. I want to get right to the subject, and it has to do with stress. And I know that a lot of you deal with stress, and I'm going to be real with you. Remember, I did a video yesterday about keeping it real on Steam It and just talking about what's going on in your life and not covering things up, not trying to put this big wall up, this barrier, but to almost dropped the camera there, but to be honest. And we all have to work on that. I have to work on that. And stress is something that I face, something that I deal with, and it has to be addressed in my life on a greater level. I need to work on it more, and chances are a lot of you could say the same thing. You can eat all of the healthy food in the world, and I blog a lot about health and wellness, and I try to practice what I preach most of the time, not all of the time, and I've said that I don't do it all the time. But all of the smoothies and green smoothies and wheatgrass, vitamins, organic foods, carrot juice, I could go down the list. All of that is wonderful, using the right kinds of cooking oils and flaxseed oil and omegas. You get the idea. It doesn't mean anything, as I see it, if your stress is not under control. I see people that are eating hamburgers every single day, and I'm like, how do they have any health at all? And here I am, I'm like, okay, I'm drinking my smoothie, my green smoothie, drinking my wheatgrass juice, eating my Ezekiel bread, all of these things, and they're doing that, and they're eating French, and I'm not advocating that, don't get me wrong, but I think you know what I'm talking about here. And I was like, how can they do that? And they're relatively healthy. It's because they have mastered, for one reason or another, their stress in their life. So I'm not saying to go out and eat all that, all that junk food all the time. But it is an interesting point. We have to overcome stress, because I know a lot of people that are dead and gone. I'll just be blunt about it, because stress was more than they could handle. My grandpa is a good example of that. He died at the age of 62. He came within just a few days of receiving his first Social Security check for retirement, and my grandmother had to return it. That's real. He was under so much stress, and they could say, oh well, it was his heart, he shouldn't have been eating these foods that he was under. Because I remember I was 12, almost 13 years old. I remember, and it's sad, and we don't want to be like that. I talked yesterday on a video, on a vlog, if you will, about keeping it real, just on Steam It, as far as trying to reach your audience more effectively and to have some success on this social media platform, and how true it is. But I need to keep it real. I mean, just to be here and say, hey, this is what I struggle with. I struggle with stress. I do, and it's hard. Like just today, this Monday, I've got a lot of things I got to do. The workload is going to be really heavy today. Not to mention the caregiving that I do. I wear many hats, and that's okay. But stress is the key. And let me just point this out, because I could give you some textbook kind of 1, 2, 3 steps of what you need to do to manage stress. And you meet those kind of people that'll talk to you about that. Well, you need to drink so many glasses of water today and your stress will go away. Or you need to, sleep this many hours and your stress will go away. Or you need to do this type of breathing exercise and your stress will go away. And I'm not demeaning any of those types of practices, because they all have merit. And I try to practice, and like I said, I talk a lot about health on here and how to support your health with good eating. But your emotional health, your mental health, whatever you want to call it, will never be where it needs to be if you don't address this. And if I could point out one thing, and here it is, I'm gonna wrap this up. You're gonna have to be good to yourself, stop feeling guilty, and give yourself permission to experience that stress and to take some time to rest, to take pause. The other day, I was going through a really stressful day, and I was talking to my mother about it, and she said, take the day off. Move some things around, do what you can to try to take the day off. And at first I was like, I can't do that. I can't do that, but I did. I had to. Because I wasn't feeling well that day, I had to do it. And when I did that, I felt so much better. Yeah, I struggled with the guilt of it, like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this, but I did. And you've got to try to do that. Take time for yourself to rest and to rejuvenate and to get rid of the guilt. Above all else, that is the most important. So give yourself permission to rest and to recuperate, so that you can be all that you can be, and that you can be your very best for your family and for those around you that love you the most, and you love them as well, and you want to be there for them for the long haul, the long journey. Because these days, stress is not letting up. Kids are saying, oh, I'm stressed out. 5-year-old kids saying I'm stressed out. It's an epidemic, but let's get on top of it. Let's get rid of the guilt, erase the guilt, and I think when we do that, we'll be better off for it. If you like my videos and my blog post, then consider following me at Breaking Tonight. And I would also say that if you enjoyed this video, upvote it, re-steam it, and comment below if you'd like. Leave your comments. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Don't forget what I said about stress. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye for now.